This was by far the hardest video or hardest list I've ever had to make in my life because I am ranking all 20 of the MCU movies from my least favorite to favorite. All my opinion, no one get too crazy mad. Coming in at number 20 is going to be Iron Man 2, and I believe this movie it never really did it for me. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Maybe if I rewatched it, it'd give me some more like drive to like it. But I just remember this movie being very unmemorable, and there's a couple more coming up that are very unmemorable. But it made me seem like, oh, we're trying to take on an Avengers movie, but not really going there. And Robert Downey Jr. is the only one. His charm will kind of carry you along, but it's a movie that definitely doesn't fulfill its duty as a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Coming in at 19 is going to be The Incredible Hulk. And guys, I believe this movie came out in 2008, starring Edward Norton. I was not the biggest fan of him as the Hulk. There was some cool action scenes, but guys, there's a lot cooler ones coming up in the Marvel movies I'll be getting to. But all honesty, most people go, The Incredible Hulk, that's an MCU movie? Yeah, it is. That's why it's number 19, because most people don't even think of it. And all honesty, when I think of the MCU, I don't think of the Incredible Hulk. I would like to see a Mark Ruffalo Incredible Hulk movie, maybe with Thor thrown in there like they did for Thor Ragnarok. I don't know. That might be something to see. But Incredible Hulk is my number 19. Number 18 is going to be Thor: The Dark World, and I was not a big fan of the first two Thors. The only reason I really enjoyed Thor: The Dark World was for the ending. Spoiler alert, how Loki dies, because in Thor Ragnarok we find out he lives. And how Thor and him kind of cry and have a little bond. And so that's the only reason I really liked it. The villain really didn't do it for me. The whole Natalie Portman thing, I was not a fan of Natalie Portman in either of the first two Thor movies. That's why for Thor Ragnarok, I was glad she was gone. She made her debut in the MCU and she's gone. Thor: The Dark World, not one for me. My number 18. 17 is going to be Captain America: The First Avenger. And I really enjoyed probably almost the first hour of this movie, explaining where Cap came from, a scrawny little kid who had a lot of heart but not a lot of anything else built for him, how he drank the bottle and got all these things. But as we progress on with the film, how Captain America really is kind of doing a show thing, kind of goes to World War II. Everything about it is kind of just like, what the hell is happening? Red Skull, I know a lot of people are fan of him. I might be attacked for saying this. He's not my favorite villain of the MCU, but Captain America: First Avenger really did not do it for me, and I don't think I ever will. Coming in at number 16 is going to be the first Thor, and I was a kind of a fan. Only part I really laughed at least, if MC makes you laugh a lot, when Thor throws his mug on the ground after drinking coffee and he says, "Another!" That is absolutely hilarious. And again, Natalie Portman, all this stuff, it just seemed like, to me, Thor wasn't that badass as he is now. I mean, it kind of showed us here and there how him and Loki, the whole Asgard stuff, but never really gave us the Thor we know from Infinity War. That's for damn sure. Number 15, Age of Ultron, the second Avengers. I believe that I'm not a hater on this movie. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that Ultron was definitely a filler villain. I never really liked him. I would have loved to see just Andy Serkis kind of be the villain the whole time, how he's just the arms dealer and stuff. And then he kind of prolongs it into Black Panther. That would have been really cool. But Ultron, for me, never really did it as a villain. He was kind of shaky in what he was really trying to do. The whole Avengers movie, too, the whole plot was kind of just thrown up there. And it's really hard for all of the fans to understand. So, Avengers: Age of Ultron at number 15. 14, I got Iron Man 3. And I remember seeing this movie in theaters. I was super duper excited because I was a little kid. I was always so just like, oh yeah, action, action, action. We get so many Iron Man's at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, sorry. The villain in this movie was kind of okay. I liked how they tied it in from 1999 to now, the present day, But, all honesty, that movie just really didn't do it. The villain was kind of weird. We kind of, Pepper got her powers, but she never really gets to use them. We're never going to see more of it. But, again, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., his charm carries you through. And there is some really cool action scenes, such as the big plane sequence where Tony Stark and Iron Man save 13 people and they all fly across the river and he lands them safely in the water. Definitely a reason I would say it's enjoyable at all, but not that much. 13, I just did this review the other day, AntMan and the Wasp. Not that it was a bad movie, it was just a villain that puts it so down low on my list. Ghost really did not do it for me at all. Her motivation was 100% unclear. I believe that the FBI or the arms dealer there with should have been the villain, because Ghost's real only motivation was just not dying. So that's why Ant-Man and the Wasp is at number 13. Not a terrible movie. I actually enjoyed it, but the villain really didn't do it for me. Number 12, we got Doctor Strange, and I didn't see this in theater. I wasn't that excited for it, but when I actually saw it on Netflix, I was like, wow, Benedict Cumberbatch really did a kick-ass job. I love how it shows him being so cocky and like the best doctor ever, to really get humbled out, and how definitely all the different scenes and all the imagery and like how like the director and all the editors really put together this movie. Definitely a movie you can appreciate how hard it was with the kaleidoscope and everything like that. 100% Doctor Strange is pretty cool. My number 12. We're getting down low on the list. Number 11 is Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd. I really enjoyed the first Ant-Man. It's just my top 10 literally could all be my number like 1, 2, and 3 if I could do that, but I can't. So number 11 is Ant-Man for no reason why it's down that low on my list. Great action, great humor. It was awesome. Michael Pena's great. Paul Rudd is fantastic. It's just these movies are just, it's so hard to grade them because I like them all so much, pretty equally. Number 10 is going to be Captain America Winter Soldier, and I know a lot of people, this is my number 1 favorite movie. It's got some cool action. It's definitely got, you get to see Bucky and all his stuff, how he's kind of dope and stuff, but this movie definitely had the action. But again, like I said, these movies are all kind of getting into my favorites, and Winter Soldier out of my top 10 would be number 10, any list that I did, because, and it's not a movie I would really be like, oh my god, I gotta see Winter Soldier right now. If that Captain America really didn't do it for me, we'll get to a Captain America that does in a little bit. Number 9 is going to be the first Iron Man in 2008. This one was my top 5 for the longest time, but we're getting all these new movies the last couple of years. I was like, oh my goodness, Iron Man's getting dropped down. 100% awesome. Robert Downey Jr., what is it? His charm really, really takes over on this movie. We get introduced to the first ever real, like, superhero movie from the MCU in 2008, and it's got some great action, great acting, great story, great everything about it. We get to really find out who Tony Stark is, and it's my number 9. It could vary. I might do one of these videos in a couple months because my opinions might always be changing. Number 8 is going to be the Avengers, and this is a movie that probably belongs in number 8 for me. It definitely explains all the different characters kind of in the beginning of the movie. Kind of drags on, but has good action, good humor. I saw this movie 3 times in theaters when I was at the age of, I think I was 13 years old when I saw it in theaters. And I told my buddies, dude, we gotta see it. Mainly because of the end battle scene. It was 100% awesome and epic. And we get to see the Hulk throw down on Loki, which is hilarious. I never heard my dad laugh so hard in a movie ever. And Avengers, number 8, as I said, could always differ with my list. Number 7, oh my goodness, is Captain America Civil War. I believe this movie is kind of basically like an Avengers movie because it's not all about Captain America. We get majority Tony Stark if you think about it. How his parents died and all that stuff, and Bucky and all that drama. And I absolutely love how we get introduced to Mr. T'Challa, Black Panther, and Mr. Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Definitely a movie that did a really good job of kind of throwing everyone together and giving everyone basically equal screen time. Captain America's Civil War definitely kind of got stolen from Captain America, but definitely an awesome, action-packed, funny, just great movie, and how it kind of always leads into all the new future movies to come. How Infinity War, Iron Man, and like them were like, we're not cool, like, and then Bruce Banner's like, oh, you guys broke up like a band? Yes, they broke up like a band. Number 6 is going to be Thor Ragnarok, and I believe this one is up there so high because it's my favorite of the Thors. I was finally glad they really got us a good Thor, because the first 2 I was so disappointed with. This one definitely made you laugh a little too much. I was okay with it, but at certain times I was like, damn it, stop laughing. That's me talking to myself, because I will be laughing so hard. Sometimes the comedy wasn't needed. It'd be like a really serious moment, and then they'd crack a joke, which was okay, but sometimes it's annoying to the viewer. But 100% good action, good story. Get introduced to some really good characters like Valkyrie. She was one of my favorites. And goodness, I wish she was Infinity War. Maybe she will be in the next one. Who knows? But Thor Ragnarok, number 6, top 5. Number 5 is literally constantly changing. Me and my girlfriend always argue about this. Oh, this one's better. This one's better. There's no really better ones for the top 10. My top 10, they're all basically just one. Besides my number 1. Nothing will top that. Almost guaranteed. But number 5 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Actually, I saw this movie before finishing the first Guardians. I always kind of fell asleep in the first Guardians. When I saw Guardians 2, I was like, okay, I really got to see Guardians 1. I love how we got to see Star-Lord's dad. Star-Lord is one of my favorite superheroes. Kurt Russell as Ego. Kind of a cool, trippy bad guy. We get more of Star-Lord, more of all the Guardians, how they're together. And they were just awesome and great soundtrack. Man, oh man, that's why I think I like it so much. Because I'm in a movie theater just singing along, dancing, you know. Absolutely love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. 4 is going to be SpiderMan Homecoming. I really, truly 100% believe Tom Holland portrayed Spider-Man the best out of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire because he really portrays the kid, and the kids are going to mess up, and that's why I really love the director of this movie, how they kind of showed how kids mess up, and like he's a high school kid. It really portrayed him being a kind of a dumb, screw-up high school kid. He's not listening, he's kind of going through rebellious phase, puberty, whatever. I love how they played Tom Holland as this young, kind of punk kid who doesn't really know a lot, but just has a lot of heart and tries to drive a lot. Tom Holland, 100%, best Spider-Man there is. Fight me about it. Number 3 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, numero uno. Absolutely, when I finally watched this movie, it's been my favorite like MCU movie until one came out. I'll get to that in a second. Absolutely love Guardians, the soundtrack, the characters, Drax, the funny humor, kind of different humor than we normally get from movies and from the MCU movies. And I love Gamora. She's my screensaver on my computer. I love Star. I love the entire cast of Guardians. It makes you laugh. It makes you freaking like, whoa, and it makes you cry. Don't care if anyone says the ending is sad with Groot, okay? Number 2. Came out in February of 2018. That is this year. It is Black Panther, and Black Panther is 100% dope. A couple people said it was boring. I literally talked to them, kind of got like, whoa, and they were like, damn, you're right, it was actually a pretty good movie. I was like, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. We get introduced to, not introduced, but introduced to Wakanda. We get more of T'Challa, and we get one of the baddest villains of the MCU, the second baddest villain. You guys know it's number 1. But we get the second baddest villain of the MCU, Eric Killmonger, and a good co-villain, Andy Serkis from Age of Ultron. Absolutely love every single second of this movie, the imagery, how the storylines connect and don't. I met Black Panther at Disneyland and his guards. They're awesome. Black Panther, my number 2. Number 1. Everybody knows what this movie's gonna be. It is Avengers Infinity War, and some people, like my buddies, were like, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, and I said, whoa. Let's back this up a couple of seconds, because Trev's about to get pissed. Talked to them, basically argued this movie was fantastic, and they were like, yeah, I gotta see it again. It sounds way cool. The opening scene till the end, you're on your freaking edge of your seat, feet vibrating, you're like, oh my god, what is Thanos gonna do? Who's he gonna kill? Who's gonna die? This movie makes you freaking like, makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you freaking brain explode. Avengers Infinity War, you have my heart, my number 1. I hope part 2 is better than part 1. I hate people who say, oh, well, we basically saw the worst version of the movie because part 2's obviously got to be better. Aren't all Marvel movies supposed to get better? Aren't all the mixed movies that trying to make it better? I want to make a worse version than the first one. That's what I want to do. No, you trying your hardest to make a better one. I'm super excited for next April or May, whenever they drop it, to see how it ends. Avengers Infinity War, that is my list, ladies and gentlemen. So, comment down your favorite or top 20 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies down below. That is it for me today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe and to love yourself first, because that is the key to life. Peace.
We don't go